So in my 200-day video, I didn't get to defeat the Overseer like I promised. Yeah, I died. It is what it is. In this video, I open up an old save and make up for my mistakes. Let's go. Okay, so we're back, and judging by the missing trophy on the wall, we haven't yet done the Alpha Dragon boss. So let's quickly go and do that. And in order to do that, we need to grab all the artifacts and attributes and then fly on over to the red obelisk. Once we arrive, we make sure that all of our dinosaurs are well within the circle and ready to go. We place all of our tributes and artifacts in and then start the arena. We then arrive into the arena. I instruct all my dinosaurs to head to the left, then to the right, then to the left again to not get shot by a fireball. We get attacked by a swarm of pteranodons. We destroy a swarm of pteranodons, then wait for the dragon to land, then attack the dragon, and finally defeat the dragon. Okay, now that's done, it's on to the important part. We need to start getting ready for the Tek Cave and the Overseer boss. But this time, we're going to be properly prepared. We've already got our Megatheriums and T-Rexes set up at the volcano. Now we just have to throw out our Tyrannosaurus and our Therazinos. This time through, because we failed so badly last time, we need to do this properly and we need to be properly prepared. So, we are going to get ourselves an entire tech suit and a tech gun, but you can't make it in a fabricator or a smithy. We need to get a tech replicator, and the easiest way to make them is at any one of the terminals at any obelisk. Now, we already had a lot of materials, but it still was way off what we needed. So it's back to mining crystal, obsidian, and metal we go. We flew back down to base and started crafting the polymer and smelting our metal. While we're waiting for that, we headed out to the ocean because a lot of tech gear require black pearls to be crafted, and a pretty simple way to get some bulk pearls is from a squid. Kinda wasn't the smartest idea to be caught in the tentacles of the squid though. Luckily, this baryonyx is OP, so we still killed the squid. We then run into an alpha squid. Now this is good because they drop a lot of black pearls. It took a little longer, but we killed this one too. Now that we put in all that work, we now have enough materials to be able to place our tech replicator. We chuck in all of our materials that we spent ages farming and then make our full tech suit, tech gun, and an ascendant shotgun. But it's not quite finished until we complete the drip, because you know your boy's got to be looking fresh for all these boss fights. And here we have it. I think this definitely deserves hitting that like button. His suit lights up more than my PC does. And that's not even the best part of this suit. We now have some cool ass abilities that we can now use, like the flight you just saw and this speed running. But that's enough fun and games. It's time to get down to business, because we need to go visit a certain Overseer. But before we do that, I just want to explain that this time, because we're allowed 50 dinosaurs into the Tek Cave, I raised up a few more T-Rexes and a couple more Therazinos. Oh, and I also tamed up a level 64 Giganotosaurus. It's not the highest level, but it's all we could find. Now with all this sorted, it's time to get down to business and enter the Tek Cave. I've set up all the dinos so that they're in lines, so that they can enter the cave a little bit easier than if I just whistled all. Now that we're all ready to go, I walk up to the terminal and start the Alpha Tek Cave. Now I only have 5 minutes to get all of my dinosaurs into the cave. And doing that solo is kind of tricky. I get my first 5 dinos in, then I run back up to get my Giga. He gets kind of stuck, so I jump down and get the Yudi and a couple Rexes in. Why are you stuck? Why are you stuck? I'm trying to be as patient as possible, but we've already used a minute and a half and we've only got 8 dinos in. And just because they're a priority, I get another line of T-Rexes in. And now we try the Giga again, but then we realize he's eaten way too many T-Rex burgers. The Giga doesn't fit? I swear I've seen people take Gigas in here. Oh, bro. That's a fat rip. So we have to scrap that idea and then lead the big line of Therazinos in. Alright, come on, Therazino Army. I actually need you. You guys are like so important. Take it out wide. Come on, catch up. Yep. Then we took our Megatheriums in, led by our Therazino. Then our last little bit of T-Rexes, also led by a Therazino. I found it was easier to lead them by a Therazino because Therazino is a little bit easier to maneuver than a T-Rex is. Now we're all in and ready to go, but we had to leave the Giga outside. Oh, see you, Giga. The next plan of attack was to take a small group of T-Rexes through the cave to be able to clear the entire cave out. Having these amount of Rexes made it a bit easier to maneuver through the cave because they do have some pretty sharp bends. And it's just enough to be able to clear out these high-level dinos that we have to face. won't lie, it gets a little bit sketchy when the T-Rexes run off like that, especially in a cave full of lava. I somehow ended up getting the Rexes stuck together like this, and when I finally got them released, this happened. One of the Rexes was like, stuff this, I'm out. Oh well, with one Rex down, it was time for us to continue on. And so the next strategy is to actually lure dinosaurs to us. And the best way to do them is shoot them with our tech rifle to get them to come over to us. It's just so if we're not out in the open and we don't fall into the lava. Once we take out those Allosauruses, we then cross the path that I was a little bit worried about. But yes, we still have one idiot that wants to run around and do his own thing. Once we arrive at the next safe checkpoint, we then kite all the dinosaurs towards us to be able to take them out in a relatively safe area. We take out this one Allosaurus, and then these other dinos just by this cliff, but it gets a little bit sketchy once again with these T-Rexes. Oh, you stupid idiot. That was just luck. These T-Rexes became pretty tricky to maneuver around the cave, and they clearly have a mind of their own and seem to like being in the lava. What the? In this next area, there's always a Giga that goes between this archway. The best way to get rid of it is to attract it into the lava. Ha ha ha, too easy. Giga ain't got nothing on me. While we wait for the Giga to die, I run back up to the top to be able to bring down some of the dinos. At least try and trail them down and get them in. But yeah, on our way up, we realized a couple of our Rexes died. Now leading them down was pretty straightforward, but we just had to make sure that we were quite patient. Didn't want to rush them because all these dinosaurs were very important for the boss fight. Now that we had all the dinosaurs down at our checkpoint, I decided it might be a little bit easier to run the next part of the cave solo on our highest level dino. So we took out this little Dilo, Baryonyx, and then it started raining centipedes. Kinda weird. Once we got through that, I soon realized that the Giga still isn't dead and just chilling in the lava. We had a bit of a Mexican standoff for a short moment. So I ran back up the ramp just a little bit so I could shoot it to hopefully guide it into the corner crevice a little bit, so it can get stuck and just stay there and not bother us while we try and get through. The next part, I'm going to speed up and put some pretty funky music on just so you can see us clear out the next part of the Tek Cave. So we're almost at the end, and I realize I'm losing a lot of health. And this is the part that I also realized that if I put the entire tech suit on, I don't have to worry again. Oh, I didn't even think that the tech suit would protect me. You gotta be careful because rookie moves like that can really ruin the game for you. Now we're at the last little part of the Tek Cave just before we head over to the Overseer Arena. But clearing these last dinos out is gonna be a little bit tricky. I start by shooting at the Giga to try and get its attention. I don't know what that's going to do. For some reason, I was just hoping he'd walk himself into the lava. I don't know how though. I'm just hoping the Giga is going to make a mistake somehow. It didn't really work. So, I just tried shooting him again. And when that didn't work, I decided I was just going to run back up the top, bring back as many dinos as I could, and I figured I'd come up with a plan on the way there and back. Once I met up with these halfway dinos, I jumped on the Therizino and then ran up to the top to be able to pick up the dinosaurs we had waiting up there. We made sure that they were all set to follow in a nice straight line and then started leading them down very slowly and patiently. Ooh, we lost some. Yeah, I can't really explain what they're doing right now. Anyway, once we sort that little bit of a mess out, we continue on with our journey down the Tek Cave. I met up with the other dinos that were halfway, jumped on my T-Rex and continued on. But this time the line was a little bit bigger. Unfortunately, I did lose a couple dinos to the lava. Between the Giga and the lava, I don't think they're gonna survive. Anyway, life must go on. Except for him. And that one too. Anyways, now we have the whole pack together. It's time to continue on, defeat this Giga so we can get to the Overseer. But before we did that, I just wanted to run back up to the top, see if we could pick up any stragglers on my Therizino. And then this happened. Cake! No! It was a pretty sad moment. Oh well, life goes on. But we did find some other dinos, so now we can add them to the fight. Once we all regrouped, I decided to jump on my 2 strongest T-Rexes and take the Giga on face to face. I shot at it so I could get its attention, it ran over, and we took it on 2v1 because in this situation, that's a fair fight. Ooh, we might actually win this. Yeah, we'll win this. Yes, we will. Ah, lucky. Not gonna lie, he was a little bit easier than I thought he would be. Now that we had all of those dinos out of the way in the Tek Cave, it was time for us to line up all our dinos to be able to take through to the Overseer. Once they're all in line, it was time to head into the next zone. Once we were all in, it was time to activate the terminal, then teleport to the all-important Overseer Arena. I felt it was appropriate to take my shirt off so I could flex my abs. After all, we weren't losing any health anymore from the heat. Once we made it in, I took a moment to check out all of our surroundings, and as you can see, we got to be able to see the Monkey Arena, the Dragon Arena, and the Broodmother Arena too. Oh, and this is some weird glitch where you get to see inside my head. Once we reached this part of the cave or spaceship or wherever the heck we are, the nerves really started to set in. I really didn't want to let you guys down. I really wanted to defeat the Overseer. As we ran down, we got into the arena, and then kind of seems like the Overseer likes to make a bit of an entrance. And oh crap, our Therizinos died. Oh, they must die if they don't make it through the door. Now we're here and the final fight is on. The Overseer must die. So I whistle all my dinosaurs to attack straight away. And can't forget the courage roar from the Tyrannosaurus. The Overseer then sends in its defense units. But they're really easy to defeat. Especially when you have an enslaved dinosaur army that will do thy bidding. We then continue to run around on our Tyrannosaurus, making sure we keep the courage rolls up while we let our army do all the work. But then these pesky attack drones keep attacking us from above, and I remembered we have a tech suit on. So I fly up, get my shotgun out, and start pumping them in the face or body or... well, I just shoot them. I decided it was a lot easier to stay floating at the top of the arena. This way, nothing on the ground could get me, and then I only had to deal with the attack drones that weren't really too much problems anyway. It was a lot easier to whistle the dinos to go exactly where I wanted, and plus it was a pretty good view too. Now the Overseer boss is actually quite easy, except for when he turns into the Alpha Dragon. The fire attack actually does a little bit of damage. I started to feel a little bit confident, so I went to the ground just so I could admire the view. It wasn't the smartest idea, so back to the skies we go. Oh, and this time the Overseer is a monkey. And after defeating multiple forms of the Overseer, a ton of defense units, and some annoying attack drones, we finally defeated the final boss of Ark Survival Evolved, the island. Won't lie, it feels good. Yes, oh my god, yes. Oh my god, that's such a relief. Anyways, that was the end of our island adventure. If you want to see some more of this, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Let me know in the comments below which 100 days you'd like to see me do next. Until next time, peace.